We just got over the longest shutdown in history after Trump unsuccessfully held the government hostage for his border wall. He's now threatening to either shut down the government again if he doesn't get wall funding as part of a long-term solution, or even unilaterally declare a national emergency to secure the funds by going around Congress. Clearly, this president views illegal immigration as the #1 issue facing the US, so clearly, Americans want to know why he thinks it's okay for him to hire illegal immigrants at his own properties.
The president has described illegal immigration, unchecked illegal immigration, as a perilous threat and has said that they're taking American workers' jobs. Can you explain why the president hired and employed so many undocumented immigrants at his clubs for years and didn't do more to prevent them from staying employed and working there?
Look, I can't get into specifics about the president's organization outside of the White House. I'm only allowed to speak on behalf of the president in his official capacity. I do know that the Trump organization has put out a statement addressing that issue. I would refer you to that and to them for further questions.
What does the president think should happen to a business that employs illegal immigrants and doesn't use systems to check and make sure they're not doing that?
I think that's one of the reasons that the president wants to actually fix the problem. He's one of the people that's identified the fact that we have a problem and we should fix our immigration system. If Democrats want to get serious about fixing that, they have a president that's more than happy to sit down with them and do exactly that.
That's one of the reasons the president wants to actually fix the problem, because he's identified it. Okay. Let's defer to Brock Turner for sexual assault advice, since he's the one who has identified the problem. Trump allowing his businesses to profit off of the same practices that he's centered his presidency on fighting isn't some grand strategy. It's him being a hypocrite. Trump's golf clubs had undocumented immigrants working for decades before firing them last week when the whole idea of illegal immigration suddenly became a national emergency. Trump's businesses didn't even use E-Verify, a government system that allows companies to confirm that their employees are in a country legally, which you'd think someone like Trump, who apparently takes this issue very seriously, might have considered pretty important back when he first started profiting off of cheap labor. Now, the way that Trump presents this issue is by pinning responsibility on the immigrants, that they're taking our jobs. But the blame is not with undocumented immigrants. These jobs are available because A, Americans don't want them, and B, because people like Donald Trump offer them. These people are desperate, they're poor, and it's their fault that they're taking jobs being offered to them? The biggest scam in this country is when people who make millions of dollars per year convince people making $40,000 a year that people making $15,000 a year are the problem. Because as long as you're mad at some brown guy making $7 an hour, as long as you think he's the ultimate villain, the guy washing the dishes, then your attention isn't focused on the billionaires happily exploiting him for cheap labor. So the next time a guy like Donald Trump clutches his pearls at the audacity of these people to storm our country and take our jobs, think about why they came in the first place. No, there is no national emergency. There is no border crisis. According to Trump's own Customs and Border Protection, only 6 immigrants whose names matched a name on the terror watch list were stopped at the US-Mexico border in 2018. Trump's own administration has conceded that visa overstays are the reason that most undocumented immigrants are here, which a wall would do nothing to stop. This crisis is only about one thing. Trump realizes that this is his last chance to get some money for a wall that was only ever meant to be a campaign slogan. So he's concocting some fake crisis to convince people that he needs the money. But the only crisis here is that a narcissist would rather serve his own ego than the nation's best interests.